All right, so business growth, I know it doesn't exactly sound like the most exciting topic, right?
Usually the stuff of gripping thrillers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But what if I told you that, there's a way to grow a business that is about way more than just profits?
Now you've got my attention.
So we're doing a deep dive today into a blog post that really got me thinking.
Oh, yeah.
It's called Business Growth with Heart.
I like that title.
Yeah, it's pretty catchy. It's by Kenton Patterson on the Future Tech Wise blog.
Oh, okay, I've heard of them.
Yeah, so Kenton is making the case that there's a way to grow a business that actually makes a real difference in the world.
Interesting.
And that's what we're going to be talking about today.
All right, I'm ready. Let's dive in.
So right off the bat, Kenton talks about this idea of the power of purpose.
Right.
And he argues that businesses, they really need to have this like genuine passion, a reason for being that resonates with their customers and goes beyond just like, selling a product.
I think that makes sense because, consumers can spot a phony a mile away these days, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, totally. I mean, think about all the brands that we love. What do they stand for? What makes them different?
It's got to be more than just the product itself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Kenton actually says this in the post. He says, people are drawn to authenticity, and in an age where trust is hard to earn, showing sincerity in your mission can set you apart.
That's a great quote, and it's so true. It's not enough to just say you have values. You have to actually live them.
Yeah, and I feel like so many companies, they kind of miss the mark on that.
They try to slap a feel-good message on top of their product, but it doesn't feel authentic.
Exactly. It's like they're trying too hard.
Yeah, and consumers can see right through that.
So then Kenton goes on to talk about this shift from, focusing just on transactions to actually building relationships.
Okay, I'm curious about this one because, building relationships is great in theory.
Yeah,
But how does that actually work on a larger scale?
that's what I was thinking too.
Hmm.
But he gives some interesting examples like, loyalty programs or exclusive content, or even just creating a sense of community around your brand.
Right, so it's not just about one-off sales. It's about creating an ongoing connection with your customers.
Yeah, and making them feel like they're part of something bigger than just a transaction.
I mean, you see this all the time with successful brands. They're not just selling a product, they're selling an experience.
It's like that local coffee shop we were talking about the other day.
Yeah, the one with the amazing cold brew.
Yes. They roast their beans in-house. They know all their regulars by name. They even have live music nights.
Yeah, they've totally created a community around their business.
Okay, so moving on to the next section. Kenton gets into this concept of ethical growth.
This is where it gets really interesting.
Right. So he argues that success shouldn't come at the expense of integrity.
I mean, that sounds great.
Yeah.
But is it realistic?
Well, he actually lays out some pretty specific things like paying fair wages, making sure your supply chain is ethical, giving back to your community, and reducing your environmental impact.
Okay, so he's talking about the whole package.
Yeah, he's saying that businesses need to consider all these factors if they want to grow in a sustainable way.
Which is kind of a long game, right? It might not pay off immediately.
Right.
Right.
But he argues that ultimately it's good for business because consumers are becoming more and more aware of these issues.
Yeah, they're voting with their wallets. They want to support companies that are doing things the right way.
And it makes sense. I mean, if you're an employee, you probably want to work for a company that aligns with your values.
Definitely. No one wants to feel like they're contributing to something they don't believe in.
All right, so the part of this blog post that really caught my attention was the section on impact-driven innovation.
Oh, yeah. This is the AI stuff, right?
Yeah, so Kenton is basically arguing that technology should be used to serve humanity, not the other way around.
So it's about using technology for good.
Exactly. And he's specifically talking about AI and automation and how these tools can be used to enhance our lives and create opportunities.
Okay, I can see that. But I also think there's a lot of fear around AI. What about all the jobs that are going to be automated?
I know, right? And Kenton addresses that too. He says that AI and automation can actually free up human workers to focus on more creative and fulfilling tasks.
So it's not about replacing humans, it's about augmenting their abilities.
Right. Like imagine using AI to personalize customer service interactions or to streamline complex processes.
That would free up so much time and energy for people to focus on the things that really matter.
Yeah, and that kind of leads into Kenton's final point, which is the ripple effect.
Okay, I like where this is going.
He's basically saying that when businesses operate with heart, it creates this positive chain reaction.
So it's not just about the company itself, it's about the impact they have on the world around them.
Yeah, so happy customers become brand advocates, engaged employees do better work, and ultimately the community benefits.
So like a win-win-win situation.
Exactly. And Kenton even compares it to the butterfly effect. You know,
Yeah.
like one small action can have a huge impact down the line.
I love that analogy.
Me too. But, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Kenton also acknowledges that this isn't some like magic bullet solution.
Right. It takes real effort and commitment from businesses to make this happen.
Yeah, it's not going to happen overnight. But what I take away from this post is that business growth with heart, it's not just some fluffy ideal.
It's about finding a way to align profit with purpose.
Exactly. And building something that actually has a positive impact on the world.
And I think that's something we can all get behind.
Totally. So it leaves me wondering, what kind of ripple would you create if you were starting a business today?
Ooh, that's a good question. I'd have to give that some serious thought.
Me too.
Thanks for bringing this to my attention, though. It's really got me thinking differently about how we do business.
Yeah, me too. It's inspiring stuff.
Definitely.
All right, well, that wraps up our deep dive into Business Growth with Heart by Kenton Patterson.
Until next time.
See ya.